Hello everyone and welcome back to R Squared Technology. I am your host Ryan and let's get ready to SOLIDWORKS! In this Wednesday's random tutorial video, I will be doing a modeled part from an Instagram page by the name of 3D Design Work. Their handle will be in the description below along with my Instagram handle. So check them out, give them a follow, check me out and give me a follow. And this part is what I would be considering a kind of holding bracket, a temporary holding bracket of sorts. So, with that, let's get it started. Alright, so compared to last Wednesday's video with the differential bracket type model, if you will, this one is a little bit simpler in geometry, so we're going to take advantage of that and do this mostly with just a single sketch. So check it out. First things first though, this is in millimeters, so we're going to come up here to our little option gear, go to the document properties tab, choose units, and select millimeter grams second, and click OK. Then we'll wait a moment, and then I'm going to choose my favorite, the front plane, press Ctrl 8 on the keyboard to bring it normal to. Then we'll come over to the Sketch tab, and I'm going to start with a midpoint line. From here, I'm going to choose the origin for the midpoint of the midpoint line. Wow, how many times can you say midpoint? Probably a lot. So we'll make sure that midpoint is coincident, and the line is, of course, horizontal relation. Then from there, we're going to create a rectangle, and we're going to throw some dimensions at it. So our overall height is 110, and our overall width is 160. From here, I'm going to create a center line, bring that up to about here, select, then this is going to act as my radial reference, 40. I'm going to put that on this side just for fun. You're going to see it's going to fill up with dimensions here in a moment. And then I'm going to choose a 3-point arc. I want the first 2 points to be coincident of that bottom horizontal line there. I don't care what it looks like right now because pressing the Control key, I'm going to grab the 3rd point and make it coincident to my construction line here. Looking like a horseshoe. We'll fix that. Whee! And then finally, 2 things I could do. I could actually put a dimension here, which is actually what's in the drawing of 80, or I can grab the center point of this arc, grab the origin, and make it coincident, and boom. It still equals 80 here, I promise. Diameter of, if you will. You can see that. And more or less, check this out. So when something is fully defined and you throw a dimension on it, it's going to be like, whoa, hey, just so you know, this is already fully defined, so you don't really need a dimension here. So if you want to continue with the dimension, you can leave it as driven. So this would be kind of more just a reference, like absolutely sure that, hey, it achieves this dimension here that I need. So from here, then we're going to put some more side geometry. Let's see, it's going to go like such up here. Ooh. Coincident. And 28. Right here. 112 is this width, but this is half of it. So 112 divided by 2 is 60. 56, sorry. Can't math right now. Then we will finally add another line here. As such, select. We're then going to, let's actually do this first before we mirror the entities. We'll do this once. So we're going to do this, this, this. I'm going to pause for a moment. Then I'm going to backfill the midpoint line that's going to be somewhere about here. Want a horizontal relation. Then I'm going to grab press and hold the control key, grab the midpoint of that midpoint line I just made, another midpoint, and I'm going to make it a vertical relation to the origin. Then this is going to be 80 as well. Then I'm going to slap this line here, and this from the top reference is 60 mils, and this one here is 28 mils, and then this width opening is 20. Yep, cool. Now we can do an awesome mirror entities. Grab all of these lines here, except that one, don't need that. This, mirror about this midpoint. Oh, you gotta love the mirror command. Look at all these relations. Fully defined sketch. Loving it. Excellent. That is it. All my lines. So, from here, we can go into our Features tab and start with an extruded boss base. I'll make kind of what I consider the foundational geometry first. Mid-plane end condition. That is what we're going to use here. And it is 64 mils for the thickness. Woo, not 643. Fat finger typing there. Click OK. We'll hit Control S to save. You can name it however you want. And remember, when you do a sketch, use a feature, even if it's not all of the sketch, it gets absorbed into that first feature. So over here in the feature tree, our little arrow here, if you click it, drops down. Look at that, there's our sketch, that the boss extrude 8. So now from here, I can use this as many times over as I need to, within reason, using different features. So this is going to be yet another boss extrude boss base, and I will hit the space bar. Oops, let's do this first. Let's go space bar, bring front plane normal to, choose sketch, boss extrude, and I'm going to choose these angular features here, which are going to be technically ribs, if you will, and they're only an offset 14 mil thickness. I'm going to, using the center scroll wheel of the mouse, press hold to drag to rotate so we can see what's happening. Select OK. Hit Control S. Hit the space bar and bring it isometric. So we're nearly done with this. There's only one last feature to do, which will be one sketch. So we're going to select this top face here, Control 8 to bring it normal to. We're going to do a sketch. So in the sketch tab, I'm actually going to go jump straight to a straight slot. And what are my reference point? Well, the two center points of the radius of this slot are at 40, which is what this width is here. So I can grab the midpoint of this edge and the midpoint of that edge, click and drag out, about there. We'll click OK. It already gives us a dimension, which we like. And it is a diameter of 38, like such. So we close that out, and then we can actually go right back over to our Features tab, and we'll do the final feature, Extrude Cut, with the end condition up to surface, and we'll choose this bottom surface here, just like that. Boom. Control S, save often. Always start by naming your part document, then saving, and then after every sketch, maneuver, you can save as often as you want. No harm in foul in that. I recommend doing it often. So let's finish this up. We'll go in the features tree here. We're going to right click on the material and what am I feeling today? Let's see. I think we made our last part out of metal. Why don't we go to other metals? Ooh, fancy. Beryllium. I don't know much about this material, but If you do, chime in the comments what beryllium is best suited for as a material. So we've applied beryllium, and now we'll go, oh, that is real view graphics. So there's the real view graphics for that part. Alright folks, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, take care, and I hope to see you in next Wednesday's video.